Finally, some more MCU stuff to talk about. Wandavision finally came out with the first 2 episodes on Disney Plus. Go out and watch it. And what I think about it so far, there's really not much to say from these first 2 episodes. The reason I say that is because it starts off just right then and there, where it's literally like a 1940s, 1950s sitcom. It kind of really reminded me of like the Andy Griffin Show, and this other like it really just reminded me of that show so much. Like there's this channel when I was a little kid where it would just show like a bunch of like older TV shows that were like in black and white, and like, you know, have the laugh track, and it's really like that. And to me, like, so much like that. And it kind of like there's like hints into it, like something is not what it seems. But other than that, it's just like that's all you really get from these first 2 episodes. You're kind of already like, you already know something's up, because if you're a fan of like these MCU stuff, like obviously the MCU is not this type of stuff. So you already know something is going on for this situation to be happening. And just like spoiler for the the Avengers movies, Vision dies in Infinity War, and now I think about it, he makes no cameo, no nothing in Avengers Endgame. Now I think about it. But like I said, Vision's dead, and so like I thought like they were gonna set something up to like like how we get to the events of the show, but no, like they just throw us right into it, which is kind of cool. It has like this like it's doing something new for the MCU, especially now that we're having a show instead of like move like we've been doing movies and now they're doing shows. So I think that was a pretty good like change of pace, and throwing more like other stuff that we've seen like in other media. Like now we're bringing back like the laugh track and stuff like that. And like I said, it's really like the older shows. Like the first episode's about like a misunderstanding, miscommunication. Like Wanda's thinking like, oh, there's an anniversary between her and Vision, but really is like a dinner plan for Vision's boss and his wife, and shenanigans ensue from that. So it's kind of like, and then the second episode is like where Vision eats gum by accident and gets stuck in his gears, and he just gets stuck right there, and so he starts acting like kind of like he's drunk, kind of like out of it. And then, well, him and Wanda have to perform in this talent show in front of like the neighborhood, and it's like shenanigans ensue from there too. So it's like I said, like, and there's like little hints throughout the 2 episodes where it's like, okay, something is going on, but they briefly touch on that, and it's like I feel like they should have brought more into what's going on around the whole area, because it's like the fact that it really went all out on we're having this sitcom for these 2 episodes. It kind of just like I'm from an era where I didn't grow up watching these. I'm just like I could care less. So like from these first 2 episodes, I'm kind of just like, whatever. They're pretty easy to get through it. Like the first episode's like 25 minutes, second one's like 35, 36 minutes. And when I was telling you about like there's some hints into like something's not what it seems, like in the first episode, while Vision and Wanda are having dinner with their bosses, fun fact, Kitty from That 70 Show is on the first episode. I can't remember if she's in the second one, but she's definitely in the first one. And I was like, oh, Kitty, like it would have been fun to have her be part of the 70s, or maybe they will, who cares, who knows. But she's part of this first episode. Anyways, they asked them, okay, when do you guys get married? Oh, how do you guys meet? And they couldn't remember. Vision and Wanda could not remember how they met, or why they even moved into like the town, or when they got married or anything like that. And they just kept asking, damn it, tell like that, like the boss was just getting so mad because he's not telling them like why. And he ends up choking on his food, and then Kitty is like just kept saying stop it, like over and over and over and over and over. And it's just like, well, Wanda and Vision are just looking at her like like that was just like an awkward, like it was just like kind of, it was like kind of like, oh, that was kind of like freaky to me, at least for me it was. And he ends up like passing out, and then she's like, Vision, help. And then he finally like takes the meat out of his throat, and they're just like, okay, like everything's just back to normal. They just leave, and then the episode ends. But then it ends where someone's like watching it in like a smaller TV somewhere. It kind of reminded me of like the Batcave, but someone's like monitoring, like they're just watching them over this like smaller TV, and that's how it ends. So it is showing like something's going on, and that's all. Like that was like the only parts that's kind of like eh. Like even like, oh, there's one part actually where Vision's like talking to one of his coworkers. He's like, "What exactly do we do here?" And the guy's like, didn't really answer him at all. Like, and I'm just like, what do they do? Like, so there's stuff like that. And then in the second episode, and like there's one where like a little helicopter like lands in the bushes, and Wanda's just looking at it, and it's like the only thing that's in color. It's in red. Kind of reminds me of like the girl in the red coat in Schindler's List. But yeah, like definitely different like vibes. Well, that's how I like remember. It's a symbol of the sword, like for like it's kind of like the shield now, like is like replacing shield, which is like okay, and then but it just gets interrupted, and it's like kind of like left whatever, and then later Wanda has like this conversation with this lady, and then she's like start asking, who are you, like it seemed like she's kind of like breaking into like she's breaking out of that reality that's already set in this. And then the radio started going like crazy. Like it was playing this one song, but Ansel going crazy where you're hearing someone's like, Wanda, who's doing this to you? Wanda, who's doing this to you? And then like it just stops right there and kind of just like ends right there. So it's like I don't know, it's like kind of like unsettling, but you like I said, you already know what's going on if you're a fan of the MCU. And then before the episode ends, like same thing, Wandavision just got home and they hear something outside, so they both go and they see someone like like this dude like in a beekeeper suit just gets out of the sewer, and you could tell he even has the same like source symbol you saw in that little helicopter. You see it on his back, and he gets out of the sewer, it's just full of flies, and he just looks at them, and then Wanda was like, no, and she rewinds it to prevent him from coming in, and but she rewinds, and then the episode ends with just her and Vision like being together. And to me, so I'm like, oh, so Wanda is doing this, because at first I was thinking like, is someone doing this to Wanda to mess with her or something like that? But from the looks of it, I think Wanda is just trying to keep this illusion to herself, like in this pocket dimension. That kind of like that's what I'm getting out of it, and just to have a life with Vision that she wasn't able to have because he's dead. So to me, like when they would show moments of like what's really going on, I was intrigued, I was interested, and I'm like still wondering what else they're gonna do. But when it was just going to like the sitcom stuff, I'm kind of like, like I could care less about that. Like to me, I'm just not interested in that. So these first two episodes, like it honestly didn't really hook me, but I'm still gonna keep watching because I'm a fan of the MCU, and so far the MCU has not had like a really bad track record. It's been pretty good, consistent, and like I'm saying, like I'm giving it a chance to see like where else can it go. But so far, I feel like the first few episodes should hook you in and be like, yes, you need to watch this show, and like something like Cobra Kai, The Boys, and all this other like shows that I'm really like into. This one I'm kind of just like, like if I show it to a newcomer, I'm like, here, watch the first two episodes. Like, what do you think? They'll be like I could care less. Like, if I want to watch it, I'll watch the Andy Griffith Show. So, um, but so far I'm kind of intrigued because, like I said, something's wrong, and I want to find out like more into like what is actually going on, and I hope it ends like all bonkers. Um, but yeah, so far I'm not really into like the sitcom and all that, but the other like subtle like hints on what's going on, awesome. So I can't wait till next week till we get more episodes and see where the show can go more. I hope it ends up getting me more into it than these first two. But did you guys watch it? If you guys did, let me know down below. And I hope to see you guys next time.